Oi,
Hello.
hello, good afternoon, and thank you. So I'm so sorry for the problem. Maybe it
No,
was due to technology. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a teen, so technology sometimes can affect.
no problem. Now that's okay. Technology has that. But with
Okay.
patience, we can adjust this and move forward. It's okay. It's okay. No problem. It's very
Okay.
nice.
Thank you for your time, for your patience, and thank you to our Instagram viewers.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to start. Um, well, good evening, and thank you for joining to this conversation. It's an international conversation, and this is after the publication of my book that took place last month in the beautiful city of Valdivia in the south of Chile.
Perfect.
And today I'm here with with an international guest, with the great professor José dos Santos Lucas Neto. He was my teacher in Brazil in 2013. Oh my God, it was 11 years ago when I was an international student at Universidade da Amazônia. So let me introduce you José dos Santos Lucas Neto. He studied a bachelor's degree and a master's degree at Universidade da Amazônia in Brazil and an MBA at BI International, also in Brazil. He has also studied postgraduate courses at Fundação Getúlio Vargas and has carried out seminars at Ohio University and the Babson College. Lucas has also carried out extension courses at Youngstown State University and Fundação Getúlio Vargas, and he has an extremely interesting career in the private sector and university professor. And among the several employments and business that he has created, highlights founder of Nanda para Esquecer, that's a broker, insurance broker, investment advisor at Wise Investimentos, and
Yes.
professor at Universidade da Amazônia. Luca, thank you. Thank you for staying here talking about human resources, wages, and social security in Brazil. But before starting, let me talk a little bit about my book. This is a practical and exemplified analysis of the Chilean legislation related to wages calculation, social security discounts, and labor taxes. And the book covers everything from the beginning of the labor contract, the performance of duties, the settlements, and the reports that the employers have to provide to the government agencies. And this book was published for free, what means that nobody has to pay to get it, and was published with the purpose to, to be a contribution for the citizens in the entire country by helping them to get a better understanding of the legal atmosphere that we are involved in, and especially for people who have their own business and worker. And the main source of information is the Chilean Labor Code, that's equivalent to the Brazilian Consolidation of Labor Laws, commonly known as the CLT. And Luca, thank you for coming.
Okay. Rodrigo, I like to first to congrats you because your book is very important. It's very important because it's a specific book. And this problem of labor market regulation, it's a global issue. It's a problem around of the world, in Brazil, in the United States, in the Europe, because what's the level to regulation? If you put a lot of regulation, maybe you don't have jobs, and you don't have a regulation, you have jobs, but it's a no good qualify of the jobs. And I am to work like an entrepreneur for 30 years, 3 decades, 3 decades. But I believe that in the union for me is very important. But union now is the most important. The job is the most important. The employee is the most important. The company is the most important. But today, around of the world, the government like is making the first place. No, government, no. Government, normally, it's a problem. Normally, it's a problem. So I need to start in I would be like to congratulate you normally for your excellent, important book, and say that your attitude at the university was a student in the past already showed that you would be outstanding professional. Keep it going. You will be a giant for your country, the Chile, and for the world. You'll be very proud for you. It's I needed to tell you this one. And if you ask me about the this could be useful for employees in Brazil, yes. There is no doubt that analysis your book is very, very important for Brazil and for all the places of the world. In Brazil, maybe more important than the Chile, because in Brazil we have a big problem in the labor market. We have a lot of specific laws, a lot of specific rules. No. The rules in Brazil normally it's not isn't clear rules. It's a big problem in Brazil if you need to a new job. It is very difficult because it's very expensive, it's very complicated, and it's very slowly. So Brazil today, we have a big problem of the numbers of the personnel don't have one job in Brazil today. So yes, if I am entrepreneur and I need, for example, today I needed 2 new employees, but I needed to think about this because in Brazil it's different of the United States. I arrived of the United States in the last Saturday. In the United States, I ask you, Rodrigo, do you like to job to me? Yes, I like it. I will pay $10 for hour, $50 for hours. Okay, that's it. It's okay. In Brazil, no. You need to make a report. You need to make a health insurance. You need to blah 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 blah. 1 week for you start. It's very difficult. So,
yes.
Yes. So, for example, sometimes the big company of the world, for example, unfortunately I can put the specific name, but for a long time I stay in a lot of companies. For example, this global company have around 70% of the all team of tax and labor areas in Brazil. For example, a big automotive company around of the world, the total of the team is 100 people. 100 people. In Brazil, working 80 people. Only 20% around of the world, because in Brazil is very, very, very complicated.
Wow.
Here, we have an extremely protected and right law. For example, the justice in Brazil is not just like in the United States. For example, you have a justice. No, in Brazil, you have a labor justice, a specific justice for labor. It's a specific judge, a specific courts, only for the jobs. Only for the jobs. It's for me, it's a big issue. It's absurdly expensive for the Brazilian taxpayers. I'm sorry, for the Brazilian taxpayer and for the companies, because this cost the company need to pay, and if I pay the justice cost, I need to put this in my price, and my price is so high in Brazil today. like when I speak for you, I arrived of the United States in the last Saturday, but
Yes,
uh, I'm so scared for the price of Brazil in the supermarkets, in the public transports, all the time. It's very, very expensive today in Brazil. So your book
inflation.
is coming the right time. Yes, in the right time because you need it. How much is the cost of one employee in Brazil? Your book, you very, very specific in the Chile. Because if you read your book, I know how much one employee is my cost. It's very clear in your book. It's
Yes.
very, very, very nice. Perfect. So uh, here, day about day, we have a second problem. Not the cost, but the laws. How can we have a job for you in Brazil? How, for example, in the I don't know, I don't remember the name. The last president of Brazil, the rules of the labor is changed. It's more easy. It's more fast. It's more nice. So now again, the union, for example, in Brazil, for 5 decades, maybe one century, it's the employee he has a obligation to pay the union. It's obligation.
Okay, but that is a monthly contribution. But do everybody needs to make part to a labor union?
Yes, in Brazil, yes,
Ah,
in the past, but in the last president finish that. So you pay if you like it. If you don't like it, okay, you no pay. But the new president stop this.
ah,
It's obligation again. You need to pay. You don't have a choice.
but
You need to
that's
pay this.
because of a law, or okay, that is a monthly amount of money. Here in Chile, we have it, but just for the ones who belong to the labor union. But that is volunteer. Nobody can force you to make part of a labor union.
Yes. It's for me, this is absurd because you need to, we need it. I don't like pay. Okay. For example, in the United States, you have maybe 100 unions around of the United States. 100. In Brazil, 20,000. 20,000.
Wow, 20,000.
Industry. It's a big industry. For example, if you don't need to, don't have job, but you is the same of the China. You make part of the government. You will need a job in the union because the union is very very rich. The price in Brazil it's one day the salary 1 day of the year for all the employees of Brazil. It's
One day.
very
Wow.
1 day. Yes, yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. No, it's crazy.
And Lucas?
Yeah.
Yes, and continuing talking about the context in Brazil, I have three questions, 2 points that I would like to talk about with you. The
Okay.
first one is do you think that in Brazil there is enough access to sources of information for citizens to get informed about how the labor market works?
So in Brazil, we have two problems. One employee in Brazil, the cost. For example, if you pay, uh, I, I, I prefer speaking about dollars. It's more easy for everyone. Uh, if you is my employee, and I pay for you $100, 100 American dollars. Okay, the
Uh-huh.
cost for in Brazil is 3 times your salary.
3 times.
Yes. For example, I don't like your job with me, and I decided to fire you. Okay, I don't like you stay in my company today. Okay, Rodrigo. Rodrigo is very nice. But I know Rodrigo is fired tomorrow. No, I needed to make a letter for you, and I have obligation to pay 1 month of salary for you, and you working
Um,
here, but you fired to my company, you fired, but you needed to work. It's crazy. No, the people never make a big job, a good job, because I know in 20, 30 days I go out. I fired to the company, but I decided no, I don't like see Rodrigo again. Rodrigo, to go tomorrow. I need to pay 2 months for you. 2 months your salary for you. It's
that's
crazy.
the cost of that's the cost. Yes.
Yes.
Uh, here, here we have some costs for the settlements, but clearly it doesn't work that way, and it's easy to quantify because the methodology is a standard in the entire country. And and talking about it, do you think that a text like this could be useful in Brazil? Because I don't know how it works, because here in Chile, the main source of information is the labor law, like the CLT, but not all the information is merged, is together. So we need to look for information from the social security, the pension system, and so to know what is the cost, for example, in case of settlements, when you uh, receive a new worker. And do you think that could it be useful to clarify it, or to clarify person like to be education for the citizens? Because sometimes when people understand how the legal system works, could also behave other way.
Yes. Uh, Here is the same because we have a for example. I don't know who is in the Chile. I read your book, but I don't. I in the start in 3 days. But in Brazil, for example, I have an insurance company, an insurance broker, and my insurance broker, the company have a specific tax for my insurance company. But I have a restaurant, it's other tax. If I have a school, it's the other tax. And the law for the employee is so different for a specific company. In, in this case, it's very important. It's very important the the complement the work of the accountant. The accountant is very important in Brazil because it's very complicated. The rules, the tax, the numbers, the process, everyone is very complicated. For example, here, uh, hiring is complicated. Firing is complicated. It's ever more complicated and expensive. How of these hires, the dynamics of reduced employment and the agility for employment. So an analysis like this is your brilliant book would be extremely valuable for Brazil. Even though we need to update it almost daily, though to all the details of the legislation we have here, because our legislation is very complicated. When we look at the analysis of strategy, process, and tax, this is very,
Very.
it's very
Yes.
rigid. I am not against, I'm sorry because it's too sound. I am not against the controls of union in any way, but employment and employees and company needed to be the forefront of this. We have example, for example, Chicago had part of this problem in your book.
the taxes, the regulations, and the economy of the Chicago is destroyed by excessive labor laws, excessive rules, excessive unions, on all these things. But which many people do not understand is that capital is leaked.
Yes.
So if legislation rule is very tight, it's very tight too much, the investor will take the capital and put it in other place, in other city, in other country. It's obvious, yes, well, and continue to gain because the investor all the time is gain. The capital, the money, all the time is gain. Will gain, will gain, will gain. The profit is very perfect for the investor. While the losers are those who remain in the city that was left behind. It's in Brazil. I'm so scared the problem in the streets because here we have the two types of jobs. The I don't know to the English or the Chile, but it's a registration jobs. It's official jobs. The street job. For example, sales to yes, formal and no formal. So it's your
ir asinada informal,
né? Yes, como se I speak in Spanish, como se dice en español, la cartera tiene la asignatura o no tiene la asignatura. The job card, we have the registration, don't have the registration.
We have the registration, don't have the registration.
Yeah. Here we say with contract or with contract.
Yes, perfect. So you need to writing your book here in Brazil. You need to come to here, but we need a big researching about the Brazil. If you book in the Chile is very nice. In Brazil, you need to Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, maybe.
Yes, because of the different particularities. But the other thing that I think that could make the things be different is that in Chile it's just one nation, or not nation, but it's not a federal country, and Brazil is a country with several states, and I don't know if you have different laws, different regulations, or the CLT is the same for the entire country. That could be interesting to discuss.
Yeah,
no.
And today we have a second problem. Mainly because today's labor force is very poor. This new generation, we have a big problem with the young people. I don't know in the Chile, but we have a little desire to work. These guys today is a little desire to work around of the world. In the United States, in Europe, we have a high percentage of I don't know if you listen this term is neither nor generation who neither study nor working, no study no working is neither nor generation. So it's it's excessive in Brazil. In Português is the nem geração que nem trabalha e que nem estuda. Em Spanish la geración que no trabaja y que no se quiere ir para la escuela. Entonces, es un problema. So, excess of pay and a little delivery of the results. The people, these guys, the new generation, don't like to work, like a job, like a salary. But I need you, I ask for this generation, and the results. And the results. You can listen me, correct?
Hello? Yes. Well, now you are again. Yes, thank you. And in your experience, Lucas, what do you think that could be the natural evolution that the labor market is going to have in Brazil in the short term?
Here, we need it here in all the places of the world. we needed to make a easy process for the companies. Like is in the United States, for example. I needed to you, I pay for you, I talk to you. We needed the minimum hour, okay? And I have this one, Rodrigo, you work for me 80 hours every day, Monday, Saturday, and I pay for you $12, $20, $15 per hour. Okay, that's it. In Brazil, we have, for example, the FGTS. Is the money fund of the government. It's the company needs to pay 80% of the salary of the employee to government. The money, I never make I can't put my money, my hands in my money because the money is my employee, and the government put a small, a little small percentage for this property in this money. So for what? No, because the employee need this help. No, employee need this money. Put the money in the hands of your employee. It's the problem. Your employee, the people. I receive my salary, and I pay my bills. I pay my rent. I pay my car. This is my problem. No problem of the government, and the government sometimes needed to manage the other life. The life is mine. The life is of Rodrigo. The life is the Chile citizen, not the government. If the government tomorrow you put it as I don't know the name of this author. It's a very famous professor. If you call to the American government and say, Biden, tomorrow you started to manage it to Sahara Desert, okay? In 3 days, don't have Sahara Desert. The government is the same all around the world. So your book, if you permit, the best area to recommend in your book is this information. Will be the area of the contracts here in Brazil, because this is very specific in Brazil. But I needed to tell you a number. In Brazil, we have 6.4 million companies in Brazil. 6.4 million. 6.4 million in español. In Brazil, 99% are small or medium-sized companies. 99%. So in this company, I am a owner, I am the manager, I am the human resource, I am normally 1%. There is no major departmentalization in this company. Everything is mixed together and usually ends up being great complemented by the work of the accountant, like I speak a few minutes. So analysis like this will be very welcome here in Brazil in your book, so that we could have a more precise idea of what the work involves. And your book is very specific for this. It's very nice. In Brazil, we don't have, because it's almost impossible, because it's a lot of rules, a lot of laws, a lot of tax. But
a jungle of rules.
Yes, you need to come to here and write a new book to Brazil.
Yes. No, but it was. I strongly agree with you. I think in Chile it was easier because there is not too much regulation. well, we have a lot of regulation, but it's the same in the entire country. But as I could understand, in Brazil there are lots of regulation, and it varies too much from one state to another, and from labor unions.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same problem. It's the same problem. And maybe if you, I can, for example, the citizen. If you ask me, if I think that in Brazil there is enough access to source of information of the citizen. No, because in Brazil we have a 3, 4, 5 system of labor market. It's a only one system, like a social security in the United States. I don't know in the Chile, but here we need a health system, a FGTS system, the NSS system. For example, how much time I need to work to retire? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
And
I have a registration. I have a registration. I go to the government here. I work for 30 years. No, this is no validity. No, this is no good. This is no good. We don't have security for this process. It's very crazy.
wow. And as far as I know, in Brazil there is a system that has helped too much. In one that is social, because now the way that companies provide the information to the government, because of the bureaucracy or because of all of complexities that implies to manage the human resources, do you think that it has been useful? Because as far as I know, it's useful, and it's also a very good base of information for the government.
Yes. Here we have all information, but for the citizen and for the entrepreneur and for the companies, it's very difficult to access specific information, because here we have information, here other information. For example, in Brazil, sometimes I listen to people, Brazil, you have health free. No, it's free. It's very expensive, the health here. And the public health is not good. If my employee, for example, I pay for my employee, it's a dentist plan for the teeth and for the health. I need to pay because if my working needed a public hospital, maybe. If you are specific problem of the health, maybe this employee will be died because don't have access in the public hospital. This is a big problem in Brazil. The other problem for the information, for example, if you one employee one day, 2 days, no, yesterday, I have one employee make the time for the retire. And I told it for her, I need 1 week to return for you the time for you needed to retire. 1 week, yes, 1 week, because I need a 1, 2, 3, 4 system, and it's the time is maybe is the time, maybe it's not, because sometimes this specific employee, my company, she worked for 45 years, maybe 45 years, and she has 6 years old. 6 years old. In Brazil, we need to make the work time, the age time, and we need to make a big complex math operation to discover what's the time, how much the time you need to retire. It's crazy. No, it's crazy. We need to make PhD in labor market. all the time.
Yeah. Clearly, it's more complex than the the system in Chile.
Yes.
Well, Lucas,
And
yes, because of because of the time, I want to thank you for your time, for your patience, and
thank you.
I would like to ask you if you want to tell a final message to conclude
Yes.
this international conversation.
Okay. Uh, I am very happy to be a part of with you, and I hope I have helped. I hope you have helped in some way and contribute to broadening your thoughts. I would like to leave a final message. Yes, I support
Yes, I
you.
support.
It's a two sound here. We need no, it's okay. We need support to those who produce. In my opinion, we are in the worst moment of human existence. For me, today is the worst moment of human existence, with a boring, unproductive generation that are lost in the most despicable details. Support the simple, support the achievement of results, support what really needed to be
Support
done
what really
so that we
need to be done so that we
support the simple process, simple jobs, simple works. We need support to the simple today. This is very important for to this generation and the other generation surviving this world.
survive
This
in
is
the
my
world.
final.
My final.
Yeah, at other times.
Yes.
Yes, and thank you very much. I appreciate very much your time, your patience. I apologize for the technical incident that happened at the beginning. Thank you very much, and I hope to visit Brazil once again, and we may.
Here, write a new book here.
You move here.
Yes, yes, of course. Yes, sure.
Sure.
Okay. Goodbye. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you very much, and thank you to all of our Instagram viewers. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you everyone.
Goodbye.